Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today we will continue our study about PMP, which is very important for us to know all of the skills and all of the steps we do need in order to have the project management cycle had been initiated and done according to a well-corrected plan. Actually, today we have to talk about the first point about the initiating cycle. Also, we will talk about the planning, executing, monitoring, whatever. So we will see very well all of such steps, and we will explain all of these points. We have five steps during our project. We have lots of logical according to a specific plan. Actually, during the project management, we have to divide our efforts and our plan according to specific area. We have to start with well-planned steps. We have to handle our resources. We have to think very well about all of the efforts we do have, the teamwork, the resources we do have, all of such things. Here we have also to assure that there is no specific phases that you can go with all of the models, but we have to modify it and to be flexible according to the specific situation and the project. If we are, for example, working with a project in the field of engineering, specific fields are different than a specific manufacturing. So we have to think very well about our resources and the field of work, which is very important, and also to make the specific correction that will help us to seek the quality we are working to gain. Here, while we are talking about the initiating process, which is very important, the purpose for this, we have to define very well. We have to define very well the project and the level of work and which organization we do have, the resources, all of such things will help us to have all of the scope and the score of work. So here we have some key activities that will help us to gain the work and the plan. For example, we do have to develop the charter of that project, the scope, and to design very well the operation, and to identify which stakeholders, all of the parties that we will work together. We do have internal parties, we do have outside parties. We have to define very well that stakeholders, and also to define very well all of the outside sources and outside parties. Some of them maybe they are from the government, some of them from other securities. So we have to keep that relation on the proper way. While we are defining all of such things, we have to keep in our mind that we should keep all of the resources and the KPI plans and the objectives that we are seeking on our mind, and guarantee that we do have all of the resources that will help us to gain what we are planning, and all of these resources supported, presented in order to gain the objectives we are seeking. Here we do have a very simple example. Imagine your university is launching a new mobile application for students. This is very simple idea. While we are thinking about that, this idea will be proposed by the IT technicians, and that project, of course, we must have the charter for that project. And remember that we are talking about the initiating processing cycle. During that step, we have to write that chart that will help us and to justify why we are having that application, what will be the benefits, the estimated costs, and that estimation should be uh, near accurate values. We have not to be very far from the estimation cost, so we will be failed in our project. So here we will have the idea, and we will design a charter. That charter will we will write on that charter why we are designing that application, the benefits, what will be the value added to the project, all of such things, and uh, at the end, as I told you, you have to identify very well the stakeholder. The stakeholder for that project will be the students who will use that application, the faculty members, the teachers, the administration at that school, the IT section, all of the people, all of the parties that will work with that program. Of course, we will have the output and the outcomes of that program should be approved project charter according to specific criteria, and the stakeholder register who will handle that, and all of the security and all of the benefits, the things that they will gain should be identified very well. If we are moving ahead, we are looking now about the planning. While we are looking about the plan should be well written, and also all of the processes will guarantee the smooth or the operation. Here, of course, we must identify 2 points, two main points. The first one, what will be the purpose for that? Course, here we must look at the purpose. The purpose of that we have to think very well about a detailed instructions, or what we call it a roadmap. That roadmap will help us and will guide us in order to gain and to achieve the outcomes step by step. And finally, we will gain the final core of that project. So here we will have all of the execution for that project, and all of the things that will help us to achieve that things. Here we have to define very well. If we put the key activities for that project, we have to define very well the scope, the schedule, the plans, the activity, and also not to forget which project we do have, what budget we do have, and also to have all of these such things to be monitored, reviewed, and according to a specific time. Our goals should be according to SMART criteria. Why we are saying SMART? Do we have any goals? We call it SMART. Yes, we do have a SMART goals. That goals should be specific and measurable and attainable, achievable, what we are going to, and also not to forget the time point. Here, we are thinking about that plans will guarantee strong communication, and that plan will help us to achieve the proper information on the right time, and also have all of the operation in a smooth way. Also, we have a specific range or a specific details of risks, and we have to reduce the risk according to that project to the minimum stage, and also to to hold that on a system that will guarantee not to have any disaster during that project. And while we are doing the good communication and risk, we have to guarantee that we do have the proper resources, and that quality will guarantee that project to have maximum benefits and to be sold. If we are selling a project, a product, service, we have to guarantee that we have a high quality of that product or a high quality of that service that the customer will see and will work and will be happy and with it. While we are working with procurement, we have to support, as I had mentioned, all of the resources, materials, financial, tangible, non-tangible, all of such things will help us to have that sense. Actually, we have to identify the tasks and work breakdown, which we call it WBS. As I had mentioned before in the last class, we have WBS. I had mentioned before the WBS. It's the structure of work that guarantee the smooth of the work, working and achieving goals on the right time, and also to have the communication and to be supported from other parties at the work. If we would like to give an example here, we have to work with that student mobile application. Here, tasks are broken down, and also we have to design the operation, the system, the program, the diagram, all of the database we have to work with, and all of the materials, testing of the operation, all of how you will train the staff in order to be qualified to achieve their mission, and all of the quality control systems instructions. We can use that Gantt chart, which is very important. That chart, we call it Gantt. That Gantt will show the timeline, as we had mentioned last class, that have a specific time, a specific operation, and all of these things should be delivered on the time. Risks and all of these things, maybe sometimes you do have a delay at a specific operation. Sometimes you do have some points. So feedback is very important at specific points, and also how you will handle any delay, how you will handle any problems, how you will solve all of those things. All of these things should be documented, specific instructions, so you will not leave it according to the situation. No, you will have a specific instruction who will support the information, who will guide, who will be the supervisor. But such things should be clearly written. And here we gain at the end the output. Here we will have that plan, which will be the core of our issue here. And that plan will be the guide for us to achieve all of our goals. And also we have another thing, which is a baseline schedule. That schedule will have the operations, the outputs, the resources, who will be responsible, who will guide, who will support, all of these things, and also the register for that risk and how you will maintain it, how you will control it. And don't forget, all of these things has also the budget, the resources, who will be responsible, who will support. You have a leak of that budget. What will happen if one of the material had been changed? What will happen? All of these things will be on the project management plan. And we are going ahead. Here, we are going for the executing process group. While we are going further for the step number 3, during that stage, we have to go and during that step, we have to go further and to define very well how that plan will produce outcomes, how that plan will be delivered, how that plan will be converted into reality. Actually, we have to assign all of the activities that will guarantee that. While we are trying to assign all of these activities, we will guarantee that we will have a smooth executing process here. We have to assign the tasks and the activity that will help us, and that task will be also managed by a team. How you will handle the teams? How you will deliver work from the teams? How about the formal teams? How you will handle them? How you will form them? How you will organize them? And how you will build a deliverable work activities. While we are having all of such things, we have to keep in our minds that we must have a line of work and cooperation that we call it the communication lines. That communication line will support you and will get you all of the details that will help you in order to gain the smooth and proper information. Because if you do have any misinformation or any bad information or any information which is not correct, you will have a disaster and you will have a big problem at that project. Because if you have a misinformation, the staff or the team will work that wrong data will gain at the end bad information and bad work and bad outcomes. While we are having this, we have to keep in our mind that we will have a communication relationship with outside sources, like the committee or the groups that they will come and supervise our work, or maybe they have to look at our work quality and if we are working on the right way. Like if we are having a building, maybe they will come and look about the cement, the material, the metal, the quality, the standards, the work, to be sure that you are working on the basis done all of the sufficient quality control instructions. If you are working on all of these things, you have to know that we have lots of commitment, and that commitment, we call it ISO, or we call it standards of quality. The standard of quality are different from project to another, and they are different from specific area to another area. They are different from country to another. For example, if we are talking about Emirates, we have to know that we have a specific code of quality for the infrastructure or building or projects or even roads, which is different if we are working, for example, in Africa or specific countries. So we have to know that we have a high criteria of standards here. If we are going ahead with our example here, which is a mobile application, while we are executing that process group, we have to know that that project or that program, we have to know that we have lots of things during that work in order to have that excluding or exclusion of the work according to the plan. So we are developing the program, and also sometimes we do have choices. We have to choose the right one that will help us to handle our work. Our work also will have lots of meetings. Our work to have the instructions and to guide the fresh graduated maybe engineers or staff, or the new staff. You have to give them and repeat the instructions. You have to review the standards of work. You have lots of notifications and review work, instructions, revision, supervision, all of these things you can do, and also it should be recorded. You have to record this on a specific agenda in order to monitor any gap that may occur, and also to send the report for the project management manager that will have the specific actions that will help you to modify the project and to gain the outcomes on the right time. Because if you are late on a specific project, you will have to pay some extra fees which we cannot afford sometimes. So here, while we are talking about that mobile application, we will establish meeting with the team, and we will talk about that mobile application, how we can have it according to the plan, how you will have the username and the password, how you can have the support, which memory will use, is it applicable for all of mobiles or all of the systems, is it Android, iOS, whatever. So you will have these tests and all of the specifications that will guarantee the smooth program, and it should not be high usage for the memory in order to guarantee it will be a good program. Also, we'll have a beta, we call it beta versions. That beta versions, we call it test versions, that will help the people out that program, if we can support it, enhance it, if we can make it, that will help us to make it in a better way. The design, if you are looking for a specific support, what will happen? You will be lost, or you will during that program. Is it smooth one? How hard the usage of that program? You have to rank it, and you have to put a mark for that program. So here we will have to deliver that outcomes. That outcomes will help us, and we will have that deliverable items, which we put it on the system or on the program, and also the usage of the data. If we are having any use of the personal data, we will have to collect maybe some data from the usage of the programs, sometimes about the benefits. Sometimes you can find programs that will tell you, will you share with us about that program, about the usage of that program. Sometimes if we have to make a test version, we have to ask the users to share with us which specific area they are using. Maybe some orders we put at the program, they are rarely used, and some others, they are commonly used. So we can collect all of such data, and we make any updates or make a correction according to our project plan. And now we are going further. We are moving now for number 4. While we are moving to number 4, we have to monitor and control process. What's the meaning of monitoring and controlling? Monitoring and controlling process group During that, you have to track and review and look and regulate all of the project performance that will guarantee the progress of the program. Very good. So we are reviewing, checking, looking about the data we collected, any modifications we have to do, any correction, any actions, pulse of the performance, which we get about the beta version of that program. Very good. So we have to define our activity, what we will do exactly. So we have to put agenda for our work, what we will do. First of all, we have to compare the actual performance, what happened, and according to the plan, what happened, and we compare it about the written plan. And we will, of course, we will talk, and that gap should be corrected. The second point about the control scope. What will be the control scope? The control scope should be all of the actions that will let us control with a high percentage all of the criteria, all of the factors that will be in the project. And we must keep in our hand and finger to make any performance or any development. Very good. We must have the schedule and also the cost if we have any correction. Of course, all of such actions will have costs, and all of these things will have value, will have effort. So we have to review the cost, how much all of these things cost due in actual figures. Number 3 here, which will be the last one for the monitoring and controlling. While we are looking at that, we have to know that we will have and will face the challenge of risk. Maybe you made a correction of the program, and suddenly you found that the program language or whatever, you had a problem, and the program had been failed and also suddenly closed. So you will have maybe. So you have to handle a situation, how you will handle these situations, and if you have actually in the beta version such situation, what will happen? Maybe you will redesign the program from the beginning, or you have to review it from A to Z. So you have to handle that risk and also to face that changes that have been requested from the users, and you can see some of these requests are highly demanded and very essential in order to have success of that program. Here we have the project management, for example, here, manager. What he said, he noticed that the testing phase is running behind, and he had corrective actions. After that, he had to take the corrections. For that, he had made the correction actions that will guarantee that work to be on the right way, and he had collected all of the notes, and also he take the immediate actions for that, and he approved all of the changes, and he had sorted all of such things on the system, and he had added maybe some new features, whatever. So you will have a revised schedule. That revised schedule will guarantee you to work on time, and also to have the immediate actions for that changes for the program. While we are talking about that revised schedule, we have to get at the end the outcomes which we designed, or we can say on a proper way, which we redesigned. Because now we had modified the actual or the plan, and the original plan had been changed to a new one or a new phase of plan. Here we have that performance and that work. We have also, we can have approved changes and also modifications, and now what we call it for any program updates. So we know we do have now updates for that mobile application. Here we go further. And now we go to closing process phase. That closing process phase, we are finalizing the project. We have to put goals for that phase. During that phase, we have to put the goals for it to be written and to be clear assigned. Here, we have to finalize all of the activities. We have to think about all of the handoff products and also formally close the project. And now we are finally the last station of that project. If you are finalizing formally that last station for that application or that project, you have to determine very well what criteria you gained, and also to notice and to record all of the activities which you had made in order to gain that outcomes and that benefits you get. So while we are writing the purpose, we have to know and recognize very well that we have lots of activities. That activity should be written and clear, and it will be the main activity, and maybe you will have some activity and some objectives during that work. The first one, you have to obtain a final acceptance. So during that, you will gain that acceptance or approval for that project. That accept will guarantee to have all of the activities or outcomes that will help you to achieve your goals. And number two, don't forget to archive your documents, which is to archive طبعا all of our documents. Of course, we have to do this. The efforts of the things which you had done. You had lots of invoices, activities, plans, and also to monitor in mind that everything will be essential for you for the future. Release project team. We had finished, and we have to add some notes about the activities of our team, the benefits, efforts. You can write some notes about each member. That notes from you and from the supervisor and other teams that will help you in the future to have a well recognition about these members and their activities and their participation about that project. And in the future, you have to keep all of the lessons you had learned, because it will be a continue project for you in the future, inshallah. And so that's why we are collecting the feedback, and we are making the correction. We are doing whatever needed in order to make the modification. All of the modifications we had made, it will be according to a specific reasons. And these reasons have been handled and all of the things had been solved, and all of the issues had been handled and had been corrected. So you enhanced the mobile application, and that mobile application now had reached the final stage, that final stage of the launching, and the people are satisfied and happy with that. So now the IT manager signs off, طبعا, of course, and now you will have the project document had been archived. You can have, طبعا, of course, offline and online documents. You can keep your notes written, memories, and summary of the notes in order to help you for any future project. And which is very important for you, we will settle a closing meeting. That closing meeting will help us to discuss all of the issues, to speak about all of the points and all of the things that we had used, the material, the efforts, and also and people recognize all of the activities, or the significant activities or participation from a specific members or all of the members. We have to support them, and we work with these people in order, طبعا, of course, to improve the future and to improve the activities in the future, and to notes that some people sometimes they solve it a very difficult problems by their participation. So we have to keep that into our mind. So here we will have that final product, the fruits we worked in order to gain all of the activities. Now you can see all of the efforts, all of the participation efforts you done, the steps have been now finished, and now you are looking at that product as a good outcome. Also, as I had mentioned, don't forget to record and to recognize all of the activities and all of the lessons that you gained during that work, which is very important. And final thing, which is very important, you have to make a closure report. That report or finalizing report, that finalizing report will help you in order to have all of the record documentation outcomes you made to deliver it with your signature, and it will be a good last step or last stage for you after all of the activities, all of the well-planned activities, all of the project teams contributions they did, all of the resources you had used, all of the human resources and you had made, all of the members activities, all of the forming work, all of these things now will be written on a summarized report for that project. So we will have now, as the last stage of our lesson today, we will have a summary. That summary will speak about all of the efforts we had made, and we will talk about what we made and what we gained. Here, we will start with initiating. During that process group, we have to authorize the project. During that, the purpose of that initiating is to approve or to authorize the project, and we start. We will launch the project after that. So here, during our example, we have a student mobile application. During that student mobile application, which we gave as a good example, here application, that application will be have all of the benefits for users, will present them to make life more easy, will support them, and will link them with the LMS and be approved, of course, by the university. Here we have that mobile application with a specific criteria. So we had now finalized initiating, and we are going further. We are going further now with the planning. During that planning, we have to set a roadmap, and that roadmap will be the instruction, and all of the guide road map will help us in order to use all of the resources, tangible and non-tangible material, or whatever we do have in order to gain and to get that outcomes. Of course, we will not gain these outcomes if we don't have the sufficient resources. So we have to have two items here. The first one is your roadmap and your resources. Because if you do have a roadmap and you don't have your resources, you will gain nothing. If you have a resources and you don't have a specific, well written a roadmap, you will have nothing also. So here, as example, we'll have all of the features, how you will have it, the schedule, the plan, the efforts, the participation, all of these things will be written. And here, number three, we will go further for that. Number three, we'll have the executing efforts. That executing effort will help us and also to have the work. Who will handle that work? The technical, the administration, advisors, the managers, whatever, the time, the shifts, all of the details of all of details. So we'll have the code and the details, the language you will use on that mobile, the testing, the, how you will go further, the benefits, the design, all of the executing efforts will be here. And if we are going further for number four, if we go further, number four, of course, we'll have here the monitoring, controlling activities that monitoring and control. Monitor is to look at the activity stages, the activity, and also to control. You must have both of them. You are having the monitoring, you are controlling the work. You are not just looking at the effort. You are monitoring them, and you are controlling them in order to enhance your effort. So tracking, adjustment efforts will be in that stage, and also to make the correction for your work. And finally, we get here the last stage. The last stage here will be the end project for that great efforts we do. We have to have the to learn what from what we did, and also to have the end project reports. We have to all of the activities. So here you can see here during that good application, mobile application, and that mobile application have been launched and now into reality, into life. Before you had it as a beta and you test it and you are monitoring, you are following all of these things, but now you had the outcome according to the system or according to the. And now we had reached the last step for our class today. And if you have any further information or any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you. All of my best regards. Dr. Mohamed Abdelaziz. Wassalamu alaikum.